There you see the scouting report from Megan, and UCLA in their 8 wins, 5 of them shutouts, 5 of them by run rule. They have been outscoring opponents 70-5. So the pitcher and the defense allowing less than a run per game thus far. And they have a big win yesterday in their opener here in Clearwater. They shut out Nebraska, run ruled them 8-0, led by a really strong freshman class. On the other side for the Crimson Tide, here's how Alabama lines up. Ashley Prange had a big day yesterday in their 5-4 win over Arizona, so they're getting a good taste of the Pac-12 already here. Prange had 3 runs batted in, including a 2-run home run for Patrick Murphy's side. They are the winners of the 2012 National Championship, the first in SEC history. And Kelly Inoue Perez, 3 times a national champion as an elite catcher at UCLA, a longtime assistant coach racking up more titles, and now as the head coach, 2 more championships in her 17 seasons. And a career in Westwood that dates back to the 1980s. First pitch for Ramo, and it's laced for a base hit. First pitch swinging for the precocious freshman Kenley Cahalan. Yesterday, Alabama was swinging early, Smitty. They scored 3 runs in the first inning on Arizona.
Yeah, Cahalan just comes right out, sees the first pitch from Faremo, and just drives it into right field. You have to love these freshmen. They have been ballers for Bama.
The Crimson Tide, the third baseman, Ashley Prange.
Oh, base runner for Prange, the grad student out of New Palestine, Indiana. Big expectations for her to have a monster year in Tuscaloosa, and she has started out on that path, batting .500 with a couple of home runs through their first 4 games. The Tide are 3-1 on the young season. Prange skies that towards the UCLA dugout, and that will drift out of play. Let's revisit that swing from yesterday.
Yeah, I'm loving what we've been seeing out of Ashley Prange early in this season. Had a great fall. Patrick Murphy was raving about her and how aggressive that she's been early in the count. That last foul ball off of Megan Faremo, she was swinging big. She looks confident, the senior that she is.
1-1 from Faremo. Gets a hold of that, launches it, back it goes, deep left field and into the trees beyond the outfield fence. 2-run home run, Bama.
The 2-run homer for Ashley Prange.
Well, this is amazing the way that Prange is just going to look at the way her foot comes back, and then she gets it down on time. And this is all about timing. Right here, watch what she's going to do. Her front foot is going to come back, and then she's going to get it back down on time. And that's really the key. She's not fooled by anything. Her eyes are settled, and she just gets a pitch on the inside corner that she drives out of the yard. A big 2-run shot.
Almost cookie cutter of what Bama did yesterday in their game against Arizona. With a 3-run first, Prange, Shipman, and Johnson all drove in runs, and here's Allie Shipman, the starting catcher. Second year after transferring from Tennessee. Another one of their veterans, the grad student out of Valencia, California.
And probably going to see Faremo start to work more of that changeup, like the first pitch that she threw in the AB to Shipman for a strike. That pitch looked good. Going to continue to work that in, as well as possibly her drop ball more in too. Alabama clearly coming up with a game plan early in this game to see the ball up and get their barrels to it.
Shipman out to left. Kennedy Powell's got a beat on it, 1 down. Well, we knew this would draw a crowd, and it has indeed. Standing room only here in Clearwater. They are lined all around the first base and the third base lines for a glimpse of the Tide and the Bruins. Pac-12 against SEC.
Well, and Amanda, to your point, when I think of Megan Faremo, to me, her best pitches are changeup, simply because it sets up everything else. And I think the more she throws it, the more effective her rise ball is, her drop ball is, her curve ball.
And Kelly Inouye-Perez talked to us about her toolbox coming into this season and talked about how she even has an off-speed drop ball, wanting her to use that more effectively, really honing into throwing off a hitter's rhythm and timing and understanding how to mess that up. That's the next step for Megan Faremo this season.
Bailey Dowling in the 4 spot in the order, the rise up and out of the zone. All-American first teamer 2 years ago, All-American second teamer last year. Faremo has moved up into the number 9 spot all-time in wins. She just passed Debbie Doom earlier this year. Ooh. She also enters the game today 8 strikeouts away from passing Rachel Garcia into the number 5 spot all-time. So Megan is moving up into rarefied air. I mean, the accolades have been streaming in, and she has made no bones about it. The one thing missing from the resume is that ring. Gets the strikeout, 2 down.
Yeah, it looked like coming back up underneath the hands, a backdoor curveball or rise ball low through the zone. Either way, that's a good location, no matter what you call it, a curveball or rise ball. That's where you want to spot up a pitch against a hitter like Bailey Dowling to get that strikeout.
2 down with a 2 spot on the board for the Tide, courtesy of the Ashley Prangy 2-run home run. It's the second start in a row for Megan that she's given up a home run, as Aubrey Barnhart steps in, the sophomore from Tennessee. Her 3rd game of the year.
It's that off-speed pitch, 57 miles an hour. Almost looks like an off-speed curveball at times.
The spin does look a little bit different than the off-speed drop ball, I think, that she's also mixing in there that is moving down, and you can see it,
I'll get back out of play.
Alabama has shown that they've come out with the game plan each of their games here.
They got up 5-0 on Arizona yesterday and almost disappeared. They held on for a 5-4 win. Setting up to be another thrilling pursuit of an SEC championship. Strong again around the conference. Same for the Pac-12 with Faremo. But it's Prangy getting it done for the Tide early.
UCLA has come out hot early this season, and Alabama coming out hot early in the game. Ashley Prangy, the senior, her 3rd home run to put Alabama on top early.
Ashley Prangy.
Montana Fouts out there in the circle for Alabama with a 2-0 lead, courtesy of the Ashley Prangy home run, as the senior gets set to face UCLA. And the scouting report for Fouts looks like this.
Well, she's got those 28 strikeouts on the season because she is powerful. The 6'1" senior can throw a rise ball at the top of the zone. She locates on the corners, and when she can really expand the zone with her curveball and a little bit of a screwball, you see the way that ball moves underneath the hands of the righties, she can be dominating. She's got that explosive rise. She's got the good run with the curve. I think that she needs to use her off-speed pitch to try to take power away from a really strong Bruin lineup.
Pitching for the 2nd day in a row. She beat Duke yesterday 5-4, struck out 8, but also there were a couple of home run balls She did not walk anyone. So other than Kelly Torres, she was pretty clean. As she faces Savvy Pola. How about this, guys? One of the 3 returning UCLA Bruins in their lineup today. 6 newcomers, be it freshmen or transfers like Charlize Palacios. She's on the Player of the Year watch list, coming over from Arizona, arch rival of the Bruins. It's a new day inside the Bruin bubble, gang. They have some new faces as everyone continues to adapt and adjust to the new norm in college athletics. Pola, Maya Brady, and Anna Vines, the only 3 that were here a year ago.
Yeah, this is a very talented offense. You think about the speed they have, the power, top to bottom. You have some new faces, whether they're wearing a different uniform or they're freshmen, but this is a tough offense to go up against.
4 freshmen in the lineup today for a team that's hitting .388 with 10 home runs through 8 games, and Pola lines that one out to left. Savvy thinks about 2 and backpedals over to first, and the leadoff base hit for UCLA.
Savvy Pola from the left side is just going to take an elevated pitch and just barrel it up and go the opposite way. Doesn't try to do too much. This is great hitting by the leadoff. She gets a single pitch up on the outside corner and she takes it. Doesn't try to overswing on it, but gets the Bruins started here in the bottom of the first.
Here is Maya Brady. Junior from Thousand Oaks, California. Really came into her own last year at the Women's College World Series. She was the best hitter for the Bruins. Of course, the weight of expectation weighs heavy on Maya. The lineage of her family, all outstanding athletes, starting with her mom. A top 5 recruit before she even stepped on campus. And now, along with Ferramo, guys, you'd have to say she is kind of the face of the program this year as they try to get back on top. They open up the season ranked number 2 in the country.
Well, and moving from center field to shortstop this season too, so a new position, but I feel like it's always good to have one of your biggest leaders right there on the dirt next to your pitcher, and a quarterback of the infield, a leader for them offensively and defensively.
Just missed away, 2-2. Fouts can top out around 71, 72 miles an hour. She's one of the top flamethrowers out there.
Those long arms, long legs, gets out to that 8-foot circle. Striding out to about 35 feet, releasing at about 38 feet.
And trying to develop that off speed to counter it.
Coming in at 62 miles an hour. Optimally, she needs to throw that in the mid to high 50s. It's a little fast.
Full count to Brady. To short now, that's a hot shot. It jumps over the glove of the shortstop, Hevlin, and runners on second and third, and that'll bring the go-ahead run to the plate for UCLA with nobody out.
And Maya Brady hit this ball so hard at Hevlin, the shortstop, ended up taking looked like a tough hop right there. She was expecting that ball to stay down, and it decided to kind of rise up over her glove, but Maya Brady struck that very hard, and Bruins in scoring position.
First double of the season for Maya to go along with the triple she had yesterday and the 4 home runs. And just like Alabama threatens early, so does UCLA with 2 in scoring position for Megan Grant. Megan had the walk-off double and drove in 3 runs in the shortened win yesterday over Nebraska. Last night, UCLA 3 for 7 with a runner in scoring position. Let's see what they can do here tonight. This class already making an impact with Grant at third base, Woolery over at first base. Taylor Tinsley, the top pitching recruit in the country last year, already has debuted with a no-hitter. Only other Bruin to do that?
Amanda Freed.
Nice. Nice. Back in 1999.
Pays off to be on the Twitter, you know?
That's right. Homework. Homework. 2-1.
It's unbelievable. She was able to hold her barrel back there. She looks so committed, but able to check swing. I mean, you guys, this is a hitter in Megan Grant that we are going to be talking about for a long time. Such a good freshman, so powerful. 357 batting average so far this season, and has a good eye too, clearly taking that walk.
Well, then that's the other thing that's impressive about UCLA. They've struck out just 10 times this year. That's their 36th walk for the team. They do it very well.
And that will load the bases in the bottom of the first with the number 4 hitter, Jordan Woolery, the freshman, coming up. Couple of doubles, drove in 3 runs last night against Nebraska. Batting .500 on the season. Patrick Murphy wants to make sure the defense is set. Amongst the infielders, the third baseman, Prangy, is the only carryover from last year in terms of starters. So the other 3 new to this type of situation. And of course, the great conductor behind the plate, Shipman. First pitch, foul out of play. Almost took down a tree limb with that swing in foul territory. Look out. 1 for 2 with the bases loaded on the season for Woolery. That rise ball so tempting. 0-2. Launched, back it goes, and off the scoreboard for a UCLA grand slam.
First pitch foul, second ball rise, check swing. This one is a rise ball 0-2 that just is not high enough and out of the zone. You can see it's right at her letters, and she gets under it and just drives that out of the yard. Woolery, the freshman, a grand slam home run, putting UCLA on top 4-2 here in the bottom of the first.
What a response for the Bruins, and what a moment for the first career home run for Jordan Woolery. 3 hits and the walk in the inning for UCLA. Nobody out for Charlize Palacios, and the party has started.
We saw the same thing yesterday against Duke. Quite a few 0-2 hits given up by Montana Fouts. Very uncharacteristic. Just not being able to waste pitches or expand the zone.
I'm alongside a couple of pitchers, hitting pitchers nonetheless, but this field 9 has not been kind today to the Queens in the circle. 16 home runs in 2 games plus an inning. Excuse me, field 8. And this a doozy. with one down.
Jordan Woolery, I mean, that pitch is not too sweet. Yes, it could for sure be higher in an 0-2 pitch, but what a good piece of hitting by Woolery to get her barrel up, expecting something up in the zone, knowing that Montana Fouts likes to throw that rise ball with 2 strikes. And what a moment for her. A grand slam off an All-American for your first career home run. So cool.
After the strikeout of Palacios, here's one of the other freshmen, Alexis Ramirez, out of Whittier, California. One for 7 so far on the season. Fireworks early tonight.
I think my question is on that pitch is that you're 0-2, you got her to check on a rise ball. Why do you not throw a curve ball that you run into the left-handed batter's box, then come underneath the hand? So as a pitcher, you're trying to expand the eyeballs, right? Expand that strike zone. So go away so that when you come back inside, it looks like it's further inside. She just did that there. So she goes away, then she comes back in. I just think that, you know, that cat and mouse game of expanding the zone, working opposite corners, opposite speeds is just so important.
Well, we started about 15 minutes ago with the battle of All-American pitchers, and the hitters have been rather rude welcoming the 2 of them tonight. Home runs from both sides. Strikeout number 2 for Fouts, 2 down.
That looks almost like a backdoor curveball. She works on that inside corner. She did a little bit better job of expanding the zone, working east and west. She comes back underneath the hands, and even that ball, actually, you can see it starts to run a little bit away. Shipman is working inside, and it tails to the back toward the plate, but picks up her 2nd strikeout.
Here's Kennedy Powell, freshman from the left side.
Good response by Fouts after that grand slam that she gave up to have back-to-back strikeouts. Give up something, might as well come back and relax, settle into this game, make it spin a little bit more, make it wiggle a little bit more.
Dropping down, beauty of a bunt. Prangy won't even bother to throw on a 2-out base runner.
That bunt is just not fair. So perfectly executed by Kennedy Powell. I mean, this is a thing of beauty. I would be smiling too if I laid down this bunt, which would have never happened in my career. So you just look at it and you just say, wow, there's nothing you can do about that as a defense. Even if you anticipated that bunt, I still think she's going to get down. That is just such a well-executed drag bunt from the left-hand side.
And now they're bringing her back.
Oh, is she out of the box?
Well, it looks like she's waiting to pick up a bat again. Do we have a call from the umpires?
Oh, yeah, she's out of the box.
Yeah, that right foot.
So that becomes a strike.
Strike?
Yes. So if it had been 2 strikes, she would have been out. Obviously, it would have been the 3rd strike, but on a 1-on-1 count, I think it should take it to 1 and 2, possibly.
Yeah. Yeah, so that beautiful bunt, just all for nothing. A couple of toes were over the line. Half of her foot, probably, actually, when it comes down to it.
Two the count with 2 outs. Fouts gets 3 strikeouts in a row, but not before Jordan Woolery clears the bases with a grand slam. and a 4-2 UCLA lead.
Jordan Woolery, the freshman, her first collegiate home run. It's a grand salami. She goes upstairs and drives this ball out of the yard, opposite field. UCLA on top, 4-2.
Act Clearwater Invitational, presented by EvoShield, is brought to you by TaxAct. File for less and get more. St. Pete, Clearwater, Florida. Let's shine. Plan your escape at visitstpeteclearwater.com. EvoShield, the source for custom fitting protective gear. And Gatorade, and our commitment to fuel tomorrow.
Oh, pretty good 24 hours for freshman Jordan Woolery in her first taste of the big time in the national television audience. How about 3 for 4 with a couple of doubles, a grand slam, and 7 RBI last night and tonight? And how about all the home run blasts here on field 8 today? 16 of them.
Okay, the Oklahoma State-Virginia Tech game that was led off the day was just insane. They had 8 home runs in that game. The final score was 10-9, and Michelle, Oklahoma State got the win.
They did get the win. Game 2, there were 6 home runs blasted out of the yard. I tell you, it's a tough day to be in the circle. And then, of course, the 2 home runs here in our game. Woolery, love that excitement.
28 total home runs through the first day and a half here at the Clearwater Invitational. 16 of them here on field 8. Kaylee Harding from Florida State had a pair of home runs.
Is this field actually in Tucson or Colorado and Denver?
I know,
Like,
right?
it just seems
What's
like
going
this field has a bubble around it, and the climate, the conditions are a little different, and it has the wind blowing out at all times.
There is some weather in the area. We don't see any here yet, but the flags, the wind obviously blowing out. Although I'm not sure Prangy or Woolery needed any assistance on those swings. They were pretty healthy cuts. 4-2 Bama as we go to the second. 6, 7, and 8 due up for the Tide. Alabama comes in 12th in the country. Georgia, Tennessee, Arkansas, Florida, all ranked in the top 10. Arkansas is here this weekend. Took the loss earlier to Florida State. But folks real high on the Gators again. Tennessee looking pretty strong. Kiki Malloy. Of course, Florida with former Alabama player Skylar Wallace.
That goes into it.
Rainbow just continuing to mix speeds almost every pitch at this point.
If I saw those stats on this field, I'd be throwing a changeup every pitch.
I know, low and slow, right?
That's right. That's right. Keep it in the yard. Keep them off balance.
2-2 to Johnson. Full count.
Well, and I like that pitch too, because sometimes you can use a rise ball out of the zone to be a waste pitch for something low and running away from the zone. So, you know, we don't always have to use a waste pitch low to be able to use the rise ball high. You can go in the reverse manner as well.
Strikeout number 3 for Faremo, 3 in a row, as a matter of fact, 1 down.
She is mixing speeds with so much confidence in this second inning, and even at the end of the first inning, and that pitch is well placed. She sold it, completely fooled Jenna Johnson. Even if she didn't swing at that, that was going to be a strike if she took it. Nasty pitch out of the hand of Faremo.
Taking a little something off for the strikeout. And Callie Heveland gets hit by the pitch, and that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
getting her in the hand off of
I think the
Hevlin, then ended up hitting
off the Evo
Palacios.
Shield. I think she went to get out of the way and her elbow.
But for Palacios
Yeah.
back here,
Oh,
after
yeah.
it hit off of her elbow,
Yeah.
then it hit her throwing hand.
Yep.
That's out right
Oof.
there on her
Yeah.
top of her knuckles. Ow.
Boy, you could make a case that she leaned into that pitch as well.
I think when she was trying to get out of the way, her
Yes.
arm went up and into the.
You don't have to move out of the way if it's coming at you, but you're not allowed to lean over the plate. Palacios appears to be okay. Hevlin down to first.
Huge get for UCLA. Not only Palacios' stick, but what she brings back behind the plate. A true quarterback for them on the field.
Yeah, I think that's what Megan Faremo was arguing with the umpire right there, that Hevlin should be back in the batter's box. At any rate, a one-out base runner for Larissa Pruitt in the 8th spot. A couple of rookies down at the bottom. Kristen White is on deck, the center fielder. And then Cahalan at the top of the order. So both these teams will turn to very good freshman classes to step up. For Alabama, they had 8 players that had starts a year ago that either graduated or transferred. A big exodus in the offseason. But that has provided opportunity for others. And the thing we keep hearing from coaches and players, we want people that want to be here and that want to be a part of what we're doing. And few have built what Patrick Murphy has down at the Rhodes House in Tuscaloosa.
He starts 3 freshmen. UCLA starting 4 freshmen. It's amazing.
One of the great atmospheres in the sport. Nowhere to go for Faremo. And the bottom of the order making some noise for Bama. They now will bring the go-ahead run to the plate.
So Faremo gets to this ball, goes off the end of the bat, but it was hard to tell. Full swinging bunt, so Woolery at first is going back. It's hard to tell why Faremo, maybe she just doesn't think she has time, so she decides the no throw is the best throw. Maybe a little bobble in her hand. Didn't have the grip.
Here's White. Tries to lay down the bunt.
One thing to look out for is how Charlize Palacios actually calls the pitches for Megan Faremo. She's not looking into the dugout to Lisa Fernandez. I mean, a transfer coming in right away, that's how much trust they have in her and the type of player that she is, to trust her to call pitches.
Infield pop-up. Runners will have to stay put. 2 down to the top of the order. In the win over Duke yesterday, the Tide were 3 for 12 with runners in scoring position. These are the first chances they've had so far today. The 2 runs in the first inning coming on the 2-run home run from Prangy. Cahalan singled and scored ahead of Prangy on that home run ball.
Coach Murphy said that Cahalan reminds him of Kelly Kretschmann when she hits, which is high praise. And Kelly Kretschmann, who's actually here at this game too, behind home plate.
None higher for an Alabama player. Chase that one at her eyes. 1 and 2.
I like the pitch sequence already. They go away from her after that base hit on the inside corner. And there's a good look at there's Kelly sitting behind the dish. And then comes back inside underneath the hands.
Struck her out. And that'll end the threat. Couple left on base for Alabama. A 2-run lead for UCLA.
Megan Faremo with the strikeout goes right at the leadoff hitter with the runner in scoring position and gets the K.
7-2, the lead for UCLA over Alabama. Bruins coming up in the bottom of the second. The Jordan Woolery grand slam, the difference maker. One of their 3 hits in the inning.
Savvy Pola got things started. Maya Brady hit a hard ground ball that got past Heflin, and then that grand slam by Woolery on an 0-2 pitch, Michelle.
Look at the numbers they're putting up on opponents. This their 9th game of the season, 74-7.
Kelly I said she was excited about these her young players. I can see why. I mean, they are going up and just enjoying the moment.
They had the Major League Baseball mind of Don Slaught helping him out for years. He has moved on. So Kelly I actually told us this week she's been spending more time with the hitters, talking about things, Michelle, like grip the ground and create rotational force.
Yeah, just using your legs, you know, building that base so that you can get that bat being a whip.
Anna Vines, fair ball, 1 down. The other thing she did was, and we're hearing this from coaches everywhere, simplifying things.
Yes.
She also told them, just be athletic. Show me your high school swing.
Yeah.
Don't think about it, just swing it. And obviously, it's working.
Make that as a center fielder.
I mean, ultimately, at some point, you just have to let your instincts take over.
Yeah. Number 9 hitter is Janelle Mionyo, the transfer from Arizona. They got 2 kids that came in from Arizona and 2 that transferred in from Oregon with ties to Southern California.
So like the idea that Kelly I talked about at practice when they're playing each other and scrimmaging, that she'd change the rules up a little bit, where if the hitters got to an 0-2 count, she would consider that a strikeout, and if the pitchers got to a 2-0 count, then she would consider that a walk. So just creating this sense of urgency and aggressiveness up at the plate and in the circle to go at a hitter and up at the plate to swing early in the count.
Well, one of the things that Kelly I does so great is that everything is intentional. So why are you throwing the pitch you're throwing? Why are you swinging at that pitch? She wants to know your intent, not just because you're doing it. You have to have, there's a thought process, and then you let reactions take over.
36 years in Westwood as a player, assistant, and head coach. 1-2 here to Mionyo. It's been a process, too, of indoctrinating all the new players into exactly what it means to be a Bruin, and the culture and the standard, the expectation. How do coaches try and create that chemistry? Well, one of the things they decided to do was scrimmage a lot more in the fall and again over the winter to get ready for this spring. Put your party dress on, she said. We want them to feel the pressure. We want them to rely on each other and communicate with each other a lot more to come together more quickly. What our old friend Sue Enquist used to call, put them in the cooker. For a long time, head coach at UCLA and former assistant, former player, one of the all-time greats.
Well, and one small detail about those inter-squad scrimmages, too, especially in January leading into the season, she'd even put them in uniforms going up against each other just to get the feel of a game, to try to create the same feeling at practice as what they would experience here or last weekend and opening weekend.
Yeah, and I think for the freshmen, that pays massive dividends, because there's a little bit of nerves you put on that game uniform versus the practice uniform, where you're a little more comfortable.
And she invited people out to the field and put them in the stands too, to play in a uniform in front of people and to have that competitiveness brought out in front of other people than just your coaches and teammates and support staff. It's different.
Off the foot of Prangy, a base hit for Mionyo out of the 9 spot with a full count.
Mionyo has quick hands and can get down the line. She's going to take this pitch and just drive it the opposite way, right off of Prangi's foot. Mionyo doing a good job of staying on that pitch and just going with it, not fooled by it at all.
There you see Lisa Fernandez over there, the first base coach. Kirk Walker over at third. Tremendous consistency and the wealth of knowledge that they have gathered over the years together at UCLA. Back to the top of the order. Pola singled and scored in the first. With Maya Brady on deck. Out of Santa Ana, California. Her uncle is NFL legend Troy Polamalu. Was a member of the All Pac-12 freshman team. Gets by Shipman. Into scoring position for Mionyo with 1 out.
To me, on some of these pitches, it just seems like Montana Fouts' timing is just a little bit off from her upper body and her lower body. You're seeing a lot of these pitches go low and away, and that last one even getting away from Shipman. That's when you can tell that a pitcher's timing just isn't locked in. It's not crisp. You're also not seeing her get a lot of swings and misses either. That's when you can tell a strikeout pitcher like a Kelly Maxwell, Montana Fouts, Frema, when they're on, they're getting a lot of swing and misses. They're deceiving the hitters. They're having really good spin and having hitters swing and miss through it, or swing through it. Not seeing that a lot today.
In play, down to first. Barnhart has it, 2 down. Well, Monday night, 2 of the top women's teams in the Pac-12 square off. It's a big one on ESPN2. Number 3, Stanford. Number 16, UCLA from Maples Pavilion. Coverage begins at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. On the road to the women's Final Four in Dallas this year. South Carolina, the favorites to win back-to-back titles.
Montana's changed her motion a little bit. You know, she's out of the glove. She doesn't have that swing back, and that, you know, a lot of people call it a windmill and a half. But when you take back, you get a little bit more momentum. Some coaches worry about that. You can get your pitches. You know, your finger. You can pick the grip. You know, I swung back a little bit. I think Amanda, you swung back a little bit.
It is definitely different. It's noticeable.
Absolutely.
If you're used to seeing Montana pitch the past few years, she had a very distinctive windup, and one of the first things I noticed when we had our game yesterday against Duke, it's very noticeable that she stays at her glove now.
Gets a swing and miss there. Pitch count already up over 50 here in the second inning.
Pitch.
2-2.
Umpire gave her maybe a little bit off the plate, but if he's going to give you that, that is a tough pitch to hit if you're going up against a lefty like Maya Brady. That's a good spot.
See if she goes back there, but runs it out a couple more inches. Try to get Brady to fish for it.
Yep. Does just that. And Fouts ends the threat. Mionyo stranded at third. 2 complete. 4-2 UCLA. And the Tide home run hitter, Ashley Prangi, coming back around again.
Over for Ashley Prangi.
Day 2 here at the TaxAct Clearwater Invitational. Some of the moments. Oklahoma State gets the walk-off win over Virginia Tech. Texas A&M, big upset of Arizona. Good outing for Emily Kennedy. And then the top 10 showdown, Florida State and Arkansas, and it goes to the nose. Oh, Kaylee Mudge home run for Florida State. Kat Sandercock came on to close it out with Arkansas threatening. Knowles hit 4 home runs. Katie Harding had 2 of them. So that's 3 for her in the tournament.
Did you see the look on Michaela Enfield's face hugging Sandercock after that win? I mean, we're in February, and that's how intense and passionate these games are, that these players want to win. They want to win at this tournament.
It's got that stage, right? That postseason feel to it. And that's why the coaches love it, especially for the freshmen, the fire cooker or the pressure cooker, as you.
A lot of teams you want to ease in maybe that first weekend, and then bang. Come to Clearwater, face 4 or 5 ranked opponents. Test yourselves early. Maybe, make some resume builders for the NCAA selection committee. Sometimes, perhaps it's one head-to-head matchup that can make a difference in where you get seated. Top 16 teams host a regional. The top 8, if they win, host the Supers on the road to the Women's College World Series. Alabama, they've been so good for so long. 16 straight trips to the Supers. And that came to an end last year. They lost at home to Stanford. And Prangy with another rocket into the trees. 2 for 2. 2 taters off of Faremo today.
Well, I know you noticed this too, Amanda, but they were staying away. The home run in the first inning was rise ball inside. They were staying away. They were going curve away, rise away. This is a changeup inside. Take a look at this pitch where it hangs up, and Prangy just goes and gets it, drives this over the fence again on time. That foot that comes back, she gets it back down on time. Not fooled by the change of speed at 56 miles an hour and drives it out of the yard.
Alabama radio with Ray Robinson out there. Almost got hit by the home run.
Yeah.
Pop back up to Faremo for the out, but Ashley Prangy, 3 home runs, 6 RBI in her 8 at-bats so far in the tournament.
Home runs are coming in bunches here at the tournament for some players. That over the heart of the plate, belt high, and she just was ready and aggressive early in the count. Ashley Prangy has seen the ball so big in this tournament. And here's the funny thing too about scoring off of Faremo early this season is it's all come from home runs. Home run against Liberty, the 2 home runs in this game. Seems like it's kind of that way with Montana Vouts a little bit too right now.
Most runs allowed by UCLA in a game this year. It's the first multi-home run game at Alabama for Prangy. She had 3 of them during her playing days at Ohio State. Here's the DP, Bailey Dowling. Bailey was all SEC last year, really good shortstop. She's been dealing with some knee issues. And so primarily as the DP early on here for Bama. Goes the opposite way. Pola's got it, 2 down.
It's a good spot for that off-speed pitch to Dowling, just low and away, kind of moving down on the outside corner. Better to hit it off the end of her bat.
Next out is first baseman, Aubrey Barnhart.
Cutie.
His first taste of softball has put a lot of home runs. Arby Barnhart struck out on a changeup in the first. Faremo on the season in her 23 innings of work, 5 earned runs, and all of those home runs. Early in the season, too, for the pitchers trying to figure some things out.
Oh, nice pitch. Just froze her. She's been able to make that off-speed pitch, move a little across, move down, throw it at a few different speeds, too.
Is that the new running drop that she's debuting this year?
A lot of weapons, that's for sure. Now it comes right back to it.
Another off speed for strikeout number 5. But Bama does get another one up on the board with the Prangy home run. It's a 1-run ball game to the bottom of the 3rd. The champs are here at the Clearwater Invitational. 6 of them. UCLA with those 12 national championships. 8 for Arizona over the years. They had a couple for Texas A&M back in the early days. 1 for Michigan, Alabama, and Florida State each. The Clearwater teams, 25 of the 40 national champs. This is the 41st anniversary of the Women's College World Series. Here's your schedule update tonight. Louisiana, Michigan, Arkansas, Duke, A&M, UCF. All coming up. The schedule update brought to you by Evo Shield as Megan Grant is retired, 1 down. It's 3-4-5 due up here in the 3rd. And here is the Grand Slammer, Jordan Woolery.
At bat for Bruins, first baseman Jordan Woolery.
Montana takes a little off that. Drop ball low in the zone.
She took an 0-2 rise ball off the scoreboard and right. Her first time up to clear the bases.
Well, last at bat, you could see the way she's going to be late on a pitch that's away. She fouls it off. She's going to check a rise ball that's out of the zone. And this is actually the closest pitch to the zone. And she goes and gets it, drives it from high to high or out of the park.
Clearly trying to stay low in the zone because that home run was hit off of the rise ball. So they go drop, drop, and then curve to get ahead and count.
It's just interesting that the check swing rise ball was well above her head, and then the rise ball that got hit out was lower. It needs to be the opposite way around.
And they stay low in the zone for the strikeout, 2 down.
Or that's a curve ball moving away, so she's now expanding the zone east and west versus just using north and south. And this is where it's important. Montana Fouts at 70 miles an hour needs to use her spin. She has an RPM rate at about 1,700 revolutions per minute. So that's about 14 times over that 35 feet. That ball's going to move, it's going to cut, it's going to run away, expand the zone. She picks up the strikeout.
Charlize Palacios struck out in the first. All Pac-12 performer last year with back-to-back trips to the World Series with Arizona. Kelly Enoy Perez loves her leadership. Still trying to get that bat to wake up a bit, under 250 on the season, but big addition for UCLA as the quarterback of their defense and working with this pitching staff. We'll chat with Kelly coming up next inning. Drills the 2-0 right back up the middle. 2-out base runner. 5th hit of the ball game for UCLA. And that'll bring up Alexis Ramirez.
I like the way that Montana's throwing that curveball in this inning. That pitch looks good. And you can tell, too, for the first couple of hitters, she's just not overpowering that pitch. She's letting her spin work more in the corner, especially for that Woolery strikeout.
Her Rapsodo numbers on that curveball are her best spin rates. You know, and that's how the ball moves, right? If you spin the ball, it's going to move. And sometimes with young pitchers, we talk to them and we say, spin the ball, let the ball do the work. And if you try to muscle the ball, it flattens out.
Rapsodo, one of the technological advances, really beneficial to the pitchers and the pitching coaches. 1-2. Dennis missed outside. Doesn't get her to chase. Full count.
Just continuing to throw that curveball over and over again, these right-handed hitters.
Another 3-2 pitch. And just foul.
I mean, just continuing to stay on that outside corner. And so Alexis Ramirez says, you know, going to homework within my at-bat, it's a full count. You're probably going to go to the curveball. And that was a good swing. Almost found the line down there.
This is where Montana needs that mix of speed, something off speed that she can come up under, when I say up, underneath the hands, down underneath the hands, but
3-2, 2 outs. So Palacios on the move again from first base. And the walk, 2 on with 2 outs. Second free pass. Got another full afternoon of college basketball tomorrow on ESPN. Number 5 Kansas hosting number 9 Baylor in the Sonic Blockbuster. That's at 4 Eastern. Then the Cuse hosting Duke. Should be another great day of hoops. That's Saturday night at 6 on ESPN.
Great at bat by Alexis Ramirez to draw that walk.
8 pitches.
Yeah.
There's a look at Lance McMahon, the new pitching coach. 6 years at Illinois. Prior to that, a couple of stops in the SEC at LSU and Missouri. Got Kennedy Powell coming up, a strikeout victim back in the first.
I don't love the way that Montana Fouts just fights in this circle. Even when she doesn't have her best stuff, when she does have her best stuff, you can't tell. Like her fight and her competitiveness and her drive, that never changes and it never wavers. Always wants to figure out a way to win. 71 pitches that she's thrown and we're not even through the 3 innings.
I think we might be getting a pinch runner here for UCLA. Kelly Gooden is out of the dugout. Gonna have her run at first base for Ramirez, who can re-enter.
Bruins, number 14, Kelly Gooden.
Blowing away at 68 miles an hour.
And that's the pitch. It almost looks like it's a fastball. Hips in the way. It's down in the dirt.
Chopped over the head of Barnard and out at a right, and a run will score. Gooden all the way to third, and then they're going to throw out Powell at second base. Base running miscue for UCLA. Cost them a crack at another couple of runs, but they do get one in.
Kenny Powell gets herself an RBI, taking that drop ball and just driving it right into the ground, but tries to take an extra base, and Alabama defense is able to come up with the out. UCLA still scores one.
Welcome back to the 2023 Tax Act Clearwater Invitational, presented by Evo Shield. 5-3 UCLA, and the Bruin head coach Kelly Inouye Perez now joining us on the field.
And Coach, what do you like about your All-American Megan Farimo in the circle today?
You know, I think what I love most is after something happens, what she does right after that. You know, like she can give up the I don't even know the two spot. I think she's done it twice, but what she does afterwards, she gets after that next out. You know, we really look at those details and we give her credit for stuff like that. But she's a fighter. She's not going to quit, and she learns quickly.
Coach, a lot of new faces in your lineup. What's it been like to coach so many different new faces in the fall and entering the season?
Oh, just great energy. You know, great energy. Lisa did a great job in recruiting. You know, just a lot of athleticism, a lot of versatility. You know, everyone's competing, which is nice as well. But it's a really strong team culture that it's past the bat. You know, but it's exciting. A lot of new faces and a lot of new looks for UCLA.
Well, thank you very much. We appreciate it, Kelly.
Absolutely. Thank you.
One of those new faces, the grand slam, Jordan Woolery back in the first. And then Kennedy Powell, the RBI single in the last. So a 5-3 UCLA lead over Alabama.
Leading off of the Crimson Tide, number 88.
Farimo back out to the circle.
Well, this UCLA team, that last inning was a perfect example of their fight. The first two outs of the inning, they get a base hit, base on ball. A 2-out hit.
Kelly Gooden going to stay in the game after pinch running. She'll go out to right field. Johnson, Hevlin, and Pruitt, 6, 7, 8 coming up for the Tide. Their 3 runs all off the bat of Ashley Prangy. A 2-run shot in the first, a solo swat in the third. Picking on that birch tree out in left field beyond the fence. She's dinged it twice. I think it's birch. I'm not real good on my flora and fauna, but it's not a pine, I know that.
Nope, not, and it's not a palm tree, I know that too.
Not a palm. Whatever that is right there, you horticulturists can help us out.
Someone's going to tweet at you, you know that.
Yes, I'm hoping to identify it, but the thing has actually been hit a time or two. So there's a palm. Yeah. Not a palm.
Not a palm.
Did you know that?
Johnson, a strikeout victim in the second. And a strikeout victim again here. That was an awkward play. She wasn't sure if she was supposed to be running to first. The Bruins weren't sure if they were supposed to throw down. Let's see.
Well, I think it's technically a strikeout. So she swung through it, but it hit off of her helmet.
Yeah.
And so it is like a drop third strike. Good job by Palacios to run that down, and hopefully Johnson's okay. That's why we have face masks. And that's the reason I like a face mask versus the chin guard. A lot of the athletes are starting to wear just the chin strap or flap, they call it, and the actual cage prevents an injury in that scenario.
Farimo has done such a good job of mixing her pitches. Different strikeouts that she's gotten on different pitches. Screwball, off-speed drop, rise ball, backdoor curve, just a lot of different looks. Her and Palacios working really well together to mix things up.
slices that to Vines, who stays down on it. 2 down.
Next out of the right fielder, Larissa Pruitt.
Here's Larissa Pruitt. Infield single in the second. It's gotten considerably darker as well here in the last inning or so. The lights now on here at Field 8. Getting close to sunset too, Smitty.
There you go. There you go. Good. Good.
I mean, it's cloudy right now. Come on.
I was pointing out the time.
I'm still focused on the tree, and then I realized, well, sunset's lurking.
When you watch softball all day, you lose track of what time it is. You're just at the ballpark.
It's cloud cover dark right now.
I feel like it's 1 in the afternoon because I've been watching softball all day.
Hey, we've got more football coming your way. Just because the Super Bowl's over, don't worry. It's the XFL season kicking off tomorrow. Vegas Vipers and the Arlington Renegades getting us underway at 3 Eastern. The Orlando Guardians and the Houston Roughnecks tomorrow night. And then the St. Louis Battlehawks and the San Antonio Brahmas, followed by the Seattle Sea Dragons and the DC Defenders. Shout out to Battlehawks head coach Anthony Becht, one of our old partners here at ESPN. Head coach trying to stay undefeated. Right now he's 0-0. So we'll see what happens over the weekend. But how exciting is that? That's the Rocks. You know, he's involved in that with us. And great new partnership.
Those are some fun names.
Yeah.
I like all those.
Oh, yeah.
I think there's some interesting rules too, right?
Oh, I could do some damage on that kettle corn right there.
It's like if you have one, that's it. The whole bag's gone.
It's gone.
Can't stop.
Waits on the off speed and a base hit on a 3-2 pitch back up the middle for Pruitt.
It's a big deal for this Alabama offense to start to try to take away that off-speed pitch from Faremo. This is really the best adjustment, the best swing that they've put on that off-speed pitch by the freshman Larissa Pruitt, who waits back and is able to keep her hands back just long enough to time it up and drive it right back up the middle.
To second base, Vines takes care of business. Side is retired. Runner stranded, 5-3 UCLA. Patrick Murphy on the mic on the other side. Welcome back to the 2023 Tax Act Clearwater Invitational, presented by Evo Shield. 5-3 UCLA and Alabama this afternoon. Into the evening, gorgeous night in Clearwater as we welcome in Patrick Murphy.
Coach, in both games that we've seen you, your offense has come out early, swinging and scoring. Why is that? How have you guys created runs?
It's been awesome to watch, and I don't know, there's a sense of urgency this year with that, and we just needed to continue the inning, though, okay? After Prangy hits the 2-run home run again, we don't do anything after that, but obviously Megan's one of the best pitchers in the country, and she's been showing it here for a little bit.
And, Coach, what are you seeing from Montana Fouts in the game?
Again, you know, like the grand slam was just a bad pitch. It was an 0-2, just not a good pitch. As you say, too sweet on the plate. Yeah. Just get it off the plate a little bit, make it move a little bit. But, you know, she's the type of kid that she's going to get sick and tired of this, and she's going to make a decision, and that's going to be it. And you guys are going to see something different here pretty quick.
Thank you very much, Murph.
Thanks for being here.
It.
Thanks for hearing, guys.
Thanks, Coach.
Number 12, Alabama. Number 2, UCLA. And one of the highlights of our 40 games in 4 days here in Clearwater. This is day 2. All day tomorrow, all day Sunday, and then primetime Sunday night, Alabama and Florida State. Anna Vines, who just made the nice play defensively, will lead things off. Vines, Mionyo, and then Pola at the top of the order as they start to come around for the third time. Gets the swing and miss, 1 and 2. One-two pitch. Prangy. One down. That'll bring up Janelle Mionyo, a single in the first. Junior out of Hacienda Heights, California, who transferred in from Arizona. A couple of years ago, she was the Pac-12 batting champion, hit .439. And she was friends, played a lot of travel ball with some of the current UCLA players. And she, along with Charlize Palacio, decided to make the move from Tucson back closer to home in California. All part of major impacts around the country, and certainly on the UCLA roster, with the 2 from Arizona and then the 2 from Oregon. Brooke Yanez got the win yesterday in the Circle over Nebraska. She and Rachel Sid arrived from Oregon. Our impact players brought to you by Visit St. Pete Clearwater. And the speed of Mionyo to beat it out. On base for the second time. A pair of infield singles.
Well, she just, with all that speed, can dump that ball right down in front, and Alex Shipman's going to come out. But you almost have to bare hand this and shoot it right away to have any opportunity. But that speed, she's getting down the line in about 2.6 seconds, so not a lot of time to try to field it and throw her out. Great bunt.
Savvy Polo, 1 for 2, single, scored a run. Hevlin, and that one eats her up as she backed up for it. E6 has a couple on base from Maya Brady.
Been a couple of tough hops at shortstop toward Hevlin, who's moving toward the hole and just doesn't get her glove down in time. Just tough play for Hevlin, especially with where UCLA is at in their order with Maya Brady coming up.
Score's going to give Pola a hit for that. Score's going to give Pola a hit for that.
I think I would have
Best looking at that
way.
That's an error. She needs to go get that ball.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
Brady has doubled and struck out. Maya on the season is 15 for 25. Just crazy numbers to start out.
That's a good pitch. That's maybe the best off-speed pitch that we've seen Montana throw. 61 miles an hour, right on the outside corner, completely sold it. She knew she needed to throw that pitch in this situation, and she nailed it.
One's in the dirt. Good scoop by Shipman.
Yeah, that was good job. That's a tough pitch to pick.
Whew. It's the swing and miss, 2 and 2.
That's some good movement. 68 miles an hour, had a little bit of upspin.
And like you said at the beginning of this at-bat, that off-speed sets that up. You could almost see Brady looking twice to make sure, is that slow? No, okay, I'm going to go get it. And by then it's past her bat.
Full count.
It's a pitch, Michelle, where it just seems like her timing is a little bit off, and quite honestly, that's just a waste pitch that had no purpose within this at bat, which is unfortunate because then you work it to a full count.
Yeah, 2-2, you need a competitive pitch, and that's a non-competitive pitch.
Full count and the strikeout. Got the rise ball above Brady's bat. 2 down.
Starting to see a little bit of jump on this rise ball. She starts it at the belt, gets up above the letters, and Brady chases it up through the zone. And that's what Montana Fouts needs. It's not about the velocity. When you're throwing that rise ball, it is all about the angle and the movement and the spin of the ball.
6 strikeouts for Fouts. And here's Megan Grant. Walked and scored in the first, grounded to second in the third. Well, Pat Murphy just a moment ago said at some point she's going to get sick of it and turn a corner, and maybe sooner than any of us thought. 1-2 pitch. Struck her out. Number 7 for Montana Fouts. A pair of Bruins stranded. 2-run ball game to the 5th.
Third time through the order for UCLA, now facing Fouts, and she might be getting stronger. A strikeout of Brady and the Austin freshman Megan Grant.
From UCLA, Alabama this evening, a 5-3 Bruin lead over the Crimson Tide. All the runs for the Bruins coming off of freshman bats tonight to back up Megan Faremo in the circle. Heading to the 5th and the top of the order for Alabama. Kenley Cahalan, first pitch swinging, and that'll stay in play, and it's caught by Maya Brady. 1 down.
I just love the athleticism of Maya Brady being able to go get a ball, doesn't give up on it, communicates with her teammates. So yes, she comes in behind that ball. And love the look on Grant's face. Look at the way that Grant's gonna turn around like, oh my gosh, you caught that. Where'd you come from?
Who are you?
Yeah. Fun to see her on the infield. She played in the infield and travel ball, play a little second base, Kelly I told us, and now you see her at shortstop, but of course, last couple of years holding down center field. Such a good athlete.
All right, so here's Ashley Prangy, 2 for 2, 2 home runs, bashing the, reportedly, folks, Twitter says it's a sugar maple tree out there that she's hit twice beyond the left field fence. And here's a look at both.
That one was on a rise ball. She's just been so aggressive, barreling up these pitches, and then back in the 3rd inning, I think a screwball, but it was a pretty fat pitch, and Prangy made her pay for it. But it was a little too up in the zone, and been able to handle it. That poor tree.
Hang in there, little buddy. Been around for 100 years, and Prangy trying to chop it down. Patrick Murphy says she has been consistent from day one. After 3 years in Columbus. And Faremo gets the strikeout this time, and a little fist pump. Her 7th.
Faremo comes in with the off speed, knowing that she's keeping this low. And really the key to that pitch is the location, the backward rotation of the ball. Look at the nice, long, aggressive, explosive stance off of the pitching rubber, but that ball just starts at the knees and dives down. So great movement on that off speed.
Here's Shipman. Has not been able to get on top of one yet. A fly out to left, to pop up back to the pitcher. Got a good Sunday afternoon college basketball double dip for you with rivalry games. Carolina and NC State at 1 Eastern, and then Memphis-Houston at 3 o'clock. Your Sunday afternoon of college basketball on ESPN. We are winding down the regular season, just a couple of weeks left. And then the March Madness begins. Of course, ESPN is your home to the women's tournament from start to finish.
And then comes
May.
She's around the corner.
Oh, the road to the Women's College World Series. So what do we got, 10 ranked teams here? Could be pretty wide open, I guess, behind Oklahoma. I think everybody would consider them still to be the team to beat. Maybe UCLA, and the way Oklahoma State's been playing, those would be perhaps the next in line with all the additions that those teams have made. All 3 of those clubs hitting the portal and hitting it strong while adding good freshman classes.
Faremo, last pitch, on fire. Yeah, Beth, to your point, I think it's the underclassmen this year that really help propel teams. I think we're seeing that here with UCLA, Alabama.
3-2 pitch, looking for the gap, and down to the base of the wall, out in right center. And the stand-up double for Allie Shipman, and the tying run will come to the plate for the Tide.
Coach Murphy told us that when Allie Shipman is using the right side of the field, you know that she's on. That pitch out over the heart of the plate, lets it travel, drives it to that right center field gap. Nice swing by Allie Shipman, tough with 2 strikes. This one up for extra bases. Alabama needed that. Getting late in this game, just need a little bit of energy here. And somebody else to step up besides Ashley Prangy and step up behind her.
3rd double of the season for Allie. And here comes Bailey Dowling, 0 for 2, a strikeout and a flyout. Just missed at the knees, 1-0.
Faremo continuing to work that inside corner to the righties, hammering it hard and mixing in that changeup.
Emma Broadfoot, pinch hitter on deck for Alabama, hoping to get a shot. One, 2. Dowling does have some pop in that bat. 10 home runs a year ago, playing through the injury.
take. That's a nice pitch, though, too, for Faremo. That's where you want to throw it when you're ahead 1-2. Runner in scoring position. Try to expand that zone. Use it as a setup.
Ooh, one after ball 3.
It's been impressive to watch Faremo just get stronger and stronger every year and work to add new pitches, work to make some small changes.
2-2 pitch. Off speed, got her. Shipman stranded at second, and it stays a 2-run game.
Senior Megan Faremo, off-speed drop, just moves this pitch on the outside corner, expanding the zone with the runner in scoring position, picks up the big strikeout to get out of the jam.
5-3, UCLA with the lead over Alabama as we take a look at today's performance update prepared by TaxAct. And it's the Jordan Woolery Grand Slam.
On an 0-2 pitch, she just knew it. Off of her bat, she was pumped. Freshman versus All-American. Her first career home run is a grand slam in the first inning off of Montana Fouts. Pretty impressive.
Kennedy Powell added an RBI single in the third, so all the work being done by the freshman. 6 hits off of Montana Fouts. Fouts coming back strong in that last inning, struck out a couple for her 6th and 7th Ks of the night. It's Woolery, Palacios, and Ramirez due up. And even before Fouts threw the first pitch of the inning, Lauren Esman ran out to the bullpen to start to loosen up as that pitch count approaches 100. If you're new to the game, that's not usually as big a deal as it would be in baseball, but early in the season, and Montana has thrown now back-to-back nights. And you want to see what some of your new pitchers can do in high-leverage situations.
Now they're getting the transfer portal for Alabama from Michigan.
Got more softball coming up tonight, all weekend long on ESPN Plus. Check your local listings for when they are on what we call the linear networks like ESPN or ESPN2 or ESPNU. All day tomorrow, deep into the night, and then all day on Sunday as well. We'll cap it off with Alabama and Florida State, the featured event. Sunday evening right here in Clearwater. UCF's on deck. They're going to be here on Field 8 shortly against Texas A&M. We'll have the call for you on ESPN Plus. Scheduled start time is 7 Eastern. May not be likely to hit that mark, but we'll give it our best college try. They are gathered undercover, I believe, just in case there's a foul ball. Sometimes, you know, field 8 and 9 are very close together here. You got to keep your head on a swivel. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And a strikeout, a third in a row as she gets Woolery for the second time. Number 8.
Starting to get a little bit more movement to go along with that velocity. This is a curveball, and this is the pitch that really has the ability to run away from right-handed hitters. So nice located pitch. She puts it on the corner, lets the ball do the work, and run away from the bat.
It's the kind of mindset that she has, though, is Jordan Woolery hit that grand slam. Okay, you beat me in the first inning, and then she goes and strikes her out in her next 2 at bats. One on a curveball and then one on that curveball that had that drop to it. And this third time through the order, Montana is looking sharp. Struck out the last 3 hitters that she's faced.
Advantage is supposed to go to the hitter, I thought, the third time through.
Sounds like maybe there was a little talk or something with Coach Murphy and Montana or Coach McMahon, something, because when we talked to him in between innings, he said that there's going to be a change in her. You're going to see it, and we have seen it.
Well, the greats will show that fight, that resilience. If you weren't with us at the top of the program, a little flashback. The last time these 2 teams met was in the World Series 2 years ago, and on her 21st birthday, Montana Fouts threw the first perfect game in 21 years at Oklahoma City. Beat the Bruins.
Who was the last perfect game? Would that have been Kira Gerald?
Oh, Kira had the no-hitter in the final. I don't know if that was perfect.
The Bible.
One of the most underrated pitchers in history, by the way. Two national championship wins. And another strikeout for Fouts. That's 4 in a row.
I mean, she is just on a roll right now. Being able to locate this curveball time after time. Look at where the height of this pitch is, right slightly above the knees, right on the corner, and just freezes Palacios. 4 strikeouts in a row for Montana Fouts.
I'm kind of wondering why she wasn't throwing that pitch earlier in the game.
And now Patrick Murphy, is he going to make the switch right here? You got freshman Alexis Ramirez coming up, who has struck out and walked. And it would appear that Lauren is coming on for the second time in an Alabama uniform after transferring from Michigan. Of course, the Wolverines the last several years have had that fabulous 1-2 punch of Alex Storako and Megan Bobian. So Lauren hasn't had a whole lot of experience in the circle the last couple of seasons, but she should get more of an opportunity in Tuscaloosa, and some advice from Montana Fouts as she departs. And Lauren comes on, the lefty senior from Kalamazoo, in the spotlight when we come back. Lauren Essman coming on in relief of Montana Fouts. 5-3 UCLA with the lead over Alabama, and 2 outs here in the 5th. So Fouts goes 4 2/3, throws over 100 pitches, strikes out 9. And here's the scouting report from Essman, who will face a righty and then a ton of lefties after that.
Yeah, she's going to come from the left-hand side, very composed, athletic, will mix in a curveball, rise ball combination, and she will mix speeds and going to need to mix speeds in this outing here today. I would say what the biggest pitching moment in Lauren Essman's career is right now.
Well, and UCLA will counter as you see the numbers on Fouts. And they will not show Essman the right-handed Ramirez. They will re-enter Kelly Gooden and the lefty. So it could be 7 lefties in a row now in the Bruin batting order. Gooden, the redshirt senior out of Seal Beach, California. 4-year starter with a career batting average of better than .350.
Super fast. She's able to lay down a drag or soft slap and use her wheels. I mean, Kelly Gooden just has so much speed. The Alabama infield is going to need to be on their toes and try to get this third out, give Lauren Essman some confidence. The later innings, corners are playing up the line.
Prangy got her. Side retired, headed to the 6th. A 2-run UCLA lead. It was a banger of a first inning as we check out the game track, brought to you by Evo Shield. Bama homers to take the lead. UCLA grand slams right back to take the lead. And then the pitchers started to settle down. Fouts and Faremo, the two All-Americans, dueling. As we head to the 6th, 5-3. Bruins over the Tide. Jordan Woolery's grand slam, the difference maker. And we are excited to talk about next year already, everybody, because the 2024 Clearwater Invitational Field will include the UCLA Bruins. They are coming back for a 3rd straight year. And we will let you know on Sunday night the entire field of 16, so you can start planning already for next season's Clearwater TaxAct Clearwater Invitational presented by Evo Shield. Sunday night at 5 Eastern on ESPN is the main event, Florida State and Alabama. And we'll let you know if your team's going to be here next February.
Kind of feels like a mini version of the selection show that we have on Sunday. Very, very mini, you know, not 64 teams, we just have 16. But
Emma Broadfoot is the pinch hitter here. 5, 6, and 7 due up, as Alabama has 6 outs to work with against Megan Faremo. 8 strikeouts for Megan. And really, the only damage has been Ashley Prangy, a 2-run home run and a solo home run.
yeah, besides that, Alabama has not even gotten a runner to third base other than the home runs.
Runner in scoring position in the 5th and also back in the 2nd. That's been it.
Rainbow's looked sharp. I like the way that her and Palacios are working together and calling this game. And the energy that Palacios has in pumping up Faremo in these big moments. Really cool to see them work together so early in this season and do it so well.
And the punch out for Faremo. That's number 9, 1 down.
And I love what you're saying, Amanda, about the way Palacios frames pitches. This is an outstanding off-speed. Look at the way she gets down on that one knee. Right there, she's going to get down on that knee to give the umpire a really good look at that pitch. And you see more and more catchers doing that in Major League Baseball as well as in softball to really try to show the low part of the zone for the umpire. But she just moves so well behind the dish, and it's always that interaction, right? I always have said that a really good catcher makes a pitcher look great.
Always talking, always communicating.
Another pinch hitter for the Tide, and another freshman, Abby Ducher. In her 4th appearance of the season, she's just 0 for 2. A couple of at-bats for Abby out of Kindred, North Dakota, a top 50 recruit, the North Dakota Player of the Year, and another youngster that they are hoping can have an impact this season. And she's down quickly, 0-2. Struck her out. Double digits for Faremo. That's 10. 2 down.
At this time going to this curveball. She's been so good this third time through the order. Curveball, late break. I mean, she looks so good and smooth to me tonight, Michelle. Very confident.
Yeah, and Amanda, I think it's amazing that she struck out Jenna Johnson on a changeup in the second, a rise ball in the fourth, and now a curveball. So 3 different strikeouts on 3 different pitches.
Oh.
34th double-digit strikeout game of her career for Megan.
Kelly Help, pull in.
And for Faremo, congratulations. She's moved into 5th all-time. She has passed Rachel Garcia in career strikeouts tonight.
That's saying something.
Yeah.
It is.
And will likely, guys, be just the 3rd Bruin by the end of the season to reach 1,000 for her career. We've already talked about one, Kira Garrell. You know the other?
Debbie Doom.
Nope.
Lisa?
Nope.
Heather Compton.
Nope. 2005 Michigan Championship Series.
Angelica Selden.
Angelica Selden, yes. Jelly. 1000K Club. How about that? I had to come back with that because you stumped me on the other trivia question, Smitty. I had to redeem myself. Headed to the bottom of the 6th. UCLA with the lead over Alabama, 5-3 in our clash of champions. Here's what's going on elsewhere around the Eddie Seymour softball complex. Looks like Arkansas Duke scoreless in the 2nd. And Michigan with a 1-0 lead over Louisiana.
For the Bruins, the
3 games going on simultaneously. Just a great time to come down, a little sun. Bring your bathing suit, maybe your golf clubs. Bring a hearty appetite and a thirst for softball and a beverage or two. Kennedy Powell to start things off here in the 6th for UCLA. Bottom of the order. Been a great partnership over the last several years. And oh, what a play by Prangy at 3rd. 1 down. Snag that one.
Good timing by Prangy on this line drive hit. Jumped up at the perfect time, full extension to just rob Kennedy Powell of extra bases.
Might have a pitch hitter here for UCLA.
Earlier today, check presentation between Clearwater for Youth from Evo Shield. Gotta love the fact that ESPN Events and the sponsors of this event, Evo Shield, wanted to give back to the community. Some of the local softball clubs, they donated $5,000 to Clearwater for Youth, which is a local charity that makes sure that no child's left behind, that if anyone wants to play sports, that they're able to play sports. So love the fact that this event is making a difference to the community here in Pinellas County.
In a lot of different ways.
Yes.
In a lot of different ways.
Absolutely.
Great to see.
It's a fully endowed charity, so the fact that every penny that is raised goes right back into the community. All sorts of sports, obviously, basketball, football, little ones, softball.
Might just see her here in a few years.
That's right.
0-1. Ramsey Suarez is the pinch hitter. Another one of this freshman class out of Temecula. Two hits on the year. One of them's a home run. Just got a little bit under that one. And the fly out to Kristen White. 2 down. Monday night, big matchup from the Pac-12 and women's hoops. Number 3 Stanford number 16 UCLA. Bruins fans get to enjoy that one Monday night, 9 Eastern on ESPN2. Mionio, a pair of infield singles tonight. Last chance, by the way, for Alabama. They have 8, 9, and 1 due up in the 7th.
With these transfers coming into UCLA, you're not used to seeing that. With UCLA bringing in a lot of transfers, it's definitely a different look and a different feel for them with all their freshmen and transfers like Mionio and Rachel Sid, Brooke Yanez.
11 newcomers is the most ever.
Well, and you look at the squad, just the non-starters for UCLA.
It's a long list.
It is a long list.
Really deep, especially when somebody like Rachel Sid isn't even getting the start. Somebody who played a lot at Oregon. Over 200 games, I think, in her career in the Pac.
Kelly Gooden as well, right?
Yes.
Times she's been in the outfield.
They're deep.
Not starting, exactly. That just shows the depth of the freshmen that are starting.
Yeah,
with
it
four
really does.
I mean, I'm impressed when there's 4 freshman starters for UCLA.
That's
and
so true.
some amazing athletes that have had 3- and 4-year careers sitting on the bench for UCLA. You know there's talent.
Well, and there's just one senior in their starting offensive lineup. Of course, Framo too, but scary to think about that this group of UCLA Bruins could be together for a while.
The new reality for coaches is handling bigger rosters, handling all the transition. Do I give a lot of scholarship money to freshmen? Do I have to hold some back for transfers? Because I know people are coming in and out of the portal. How do I try and keep everybody happy throughout the course of a season and keep that team chemistry tight?
Absolutely, Beth. And remember what Coach Murphy said. He said, I'm normally out recruiting in the summer. Now I'm hosting visits during the summer to recruit those transfers. It's definitely a different time.
Well, and they're so deep, too, that you have so many players that could be starters on any other team. You almost have 2 sets of starters on one team these days.
It's great for scrimmaging. But
Yeah, that's true. Make each other better, yeah.
But it's definitely a different world, and Coach Murphy said that immediately. One of the first things on the call with him earlier this week. When he's hosting trips during the middle of the summer for recruits, it's just a very different time for those transfers.
Hops up on Hedlund, and Mionio's on base for the 3rd time.
Hedlund trying to get to this ball. She charges it in. It just looks like it goes off of the glove as it comes up.
Right fielder, Savannah Pola.
Just a little bit of a bobble. And that's all it takes. Goes off the heel of the glove as it comes up into her body.
It's been a tough day at short for Hedlund.
And that introduces the top of the order now. Pola with Maya Brady on deck.
Good for Lauren Essman to come out here and give a quality inning and throw some outs. It's a team like UCLA, never easy.
Hedlund able to make the play this time. Side retired. Last 3 outs coming up for Alabama. Can they get to Megan Faramo, who has been awfully good so far tonight? 10 strikeouts on the evening for the All-American.
Tax Act Clearwater Invitational, presented by EvoShield, is brought to you by Tax Act. File for less and get more. St. Pete, Clearwater, Florida. Let's shine. Plan your escape at visitstpeteclearwater.com. And EvoShield, the source for custom fitting protective gear.
Another beautiful night on the beaches of St. Pete and Clearwater at the TaxAct Clearwater Invitational, presented by Evo Shield. We head to the top of the 7th. Alabama needs a couple of runs to try and extend this one, but it's been Megan Faremo in charge the last few innings. 10 strikeouts on the evening. All 3 runs off of 1 bat. Ashley Prangy with a pair of home runs. She would be due up 4th if Alabama can pass the bat to her. Larissa Pruitt has been on base twice with a couple of singles. Oh, 2. UCLA trying to stay perfect on the year. They've started out the season 8-0. Strikeout number 11, 1 down. Let's take a look at today's performance update, prepared by TaxAct.
Megan Faremo just working all the corners. The rise ball's hopping at the top of the zone. She can mix speeds with the off speed, which she's used effectively this evening, really baffling Alabama bats at time, but her ability to really expand the zone, Amanda.
I love the way that she is thrown today. I think that she has looked so poised and in control and just getting ahead of these hitters. No free passes for her either.
She has struck out 4 of the last 5 batters for Alabama. Here's Kristen White, a pop-up and a ground out, both to Anna Vines at second base.
Kind of like what Montana did. 3rd time through the order, she had more strikeouts for Faremo. 3rd time through the order, the most amount of strikeouts that she had this 3rd time through. Getting stronger as the game has gone on.
This is a stretch, by the way, of 3 freshmen in a row for Alabama. We got Kenley Cahalan on deck. Can they get Prangy another swing?
For Alabama, it's going to be about finding that offense in the mid to later innings of the game. We've known that they can score early. They can come out with a good game plan, but how can they adjust when the pitcher adjusts to them?
2 down.
12th strikeout. That one looked like it was a backdoor curveball, so she'll go both ways on that outside corner to lefty. She'll run it away from you, and then she'll start it away and bring it back into the zone.
So now it's up to Kenley Cahalan in the leadoff spot, 1 for 3 with a single. And the home run hitting Ashley Prangy in the on-deck circle for the Tide with 2 out. But can anybody keep up with Faremo right now?
Just see the energy and the juice after every pitch.
Struck out 5 of the last 6. Over 100 pitches now on the night.
It's felt like a postseason game in February. The emotions that we've seen, every single pitch from both these teams.
Cahalan, and down to their final strike. Just a little February frenzy, a little drama, little tease of the mayhem still to come at the end of the season.
It's this good now, just imagine.
Still have tomorrow and Sunday with some good matchups too.
Well, I mean, as a pitcher, you got to see Prangy in the on-deck circle, right? Okay, she's hit 2 home runs off of me tonight. let's keep her right there if you're a UCLA fan and if you're Megan Faremo. What a take by the Rook. 2-2.
It's a rise ball on the outside corner. Wow, that's a good take.
Staying alive.
Just barely got a little piece of that.
Change
Maybe
up.
she swung through it. Yeah, good off-speed pitch, changing speeds.
Kid's got guts. Did you see that deep breath? Whew. Full count. Palacios and Faremo want to make sure.
You know how important this pitch
You
is.
know.
Look at her over there. Look at how she's looking at us. She wants to hit. She wants to hit.
So I'm gonna chop that tree down.
Got to get the freshman out right here. Great stuff on a Friday night in Clearwater. Called strike 3. Faremo strikes out the side and leaves Prangy in the on-deck circle, and UCLA wins it 5-3.
You guys, she didn't get the outside pitch, so she goes to the inside curveball right at the knees, and Palacios frames it up. Cahalan thought that she was taking the walk. Close pitch. Faremo gets the call, and like you said, Beth, strikes out the side in the 7th.
That's a gutsy pitch. Curveball low and in. Palacio, you can see the way the glove dips down, but she pulls it up. Again, getting down on that knee, and there's the energy.
Especially when that's the pitch that I think Cahalan hit to lead off the game, to go back inside when it matters most.
She struck out 6 of the last 7 she faced, including striking out the side in the 7th. And the drama of the home run hitting Prangy, waiting for a chance that does not come on this night as Faremo wins the duel late and secures the 5-3 win for UCLA over the Crimson Tide.
Just an impressive performance by Megan Faremo. She gives up that 2-run shot to Prangy. She still settles in. She got stronger as the game went on, using all of her pitches. I mean, if you go back and you chart where she threw her pitches explosively through the zone, it was low and inside, it was up, and the off speed was just stellar.